everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Spellbinders, and they are launching two wonderful collections, and I just thought they went really well together. The first is the Wedding Season collection, and this is by Nicol Spohr. The other are Elegant Twist by Becca Feeken, and that's what I'm showing here right now. So these are frames, and you can see that they can separate. So you can get a panel with that twisted braid going around the outside like you see here. So ribbons can go through there, just some beautiful items. Or you could set your dies up that you get this plain panel here, or you can just get the twisted braid as a frame itself, as a border. And then, of course, the beautiful Wedding Season collection. Again, this has been designed by Nicol Spohr. I'm sure you all have seen and have been watching our videos for some time. So these are beautiful elements, and I took care of all of the die cutting off camera. There are many pieces to this collection. Now, what I chose to do is just the top half of the bride and the groom. But the bride's gown, of course, also comes with a beautiful flowing train that comes off. And then, of course, for the gentleman, you have the tuxedo pants. Of course, you can see as I am constructing this, you're constructing the arms, you're putting the shirt up underneath the arms to show cufflinks if you want. You can choose between a bow tie or a regular tie for this suit. It has a separate piece for the shirt that's underneath it, so you can make that a different color. What is great about all of these dies, I did choose to go with a black, gray, and white look to this, to the clothing that I'm putting together here. But what's great is if you're creating, save the date cards for yourself or maybe a family friend, you can choose the colors that you want. Maybe the shirt is going to be a different color. So you can actually coordinate this with the color scheme of the event that you want to announce that is upcoming. So that is what's great with this, because not everybody chooses a black tux or a suit. Some choose white, some choose gray, and some have chosen many other colors as well. What's great when it comes to the gown, you can make that look different ways. You can set that up to how your bridesmaids look, and on their colors as well. So you have many, many options with this. With this, there's also sentiments when it comes to the wedding collection. So there are other sentiments that are available. I fell in love with the Happily Ever After. So once these are all put together and die cut, I'm going to set them onto the right hand side of my card. Now, since I did a lot of my cutting, especially the more intricate pieces, like the band around the bride's gown, I just used one of my alcohol markers and colored that in, because you can do that as well. You can color these pieces. Maybe you don't have different colors of cardstocks. This is very useful, though, because you can use your markers or your watercolor paints, whatever your favorite coloring medium is, to color these pieces to give the colors that you would want. I did also use my alcohol markers to color the boutonniere on the tux. So those are my pieces. I think it has some wonderful, just some wonderful and great detail when it comes to these pieces. Now, when it comes to the bride's gown or dress, you can make it either strapless or you can put straps on. Now, as I'm putting the straps on, I really decided for it to be strapless. So while I put those on, I changed my mind, and I'm going to be taking those off, which is the beauty, right? We can always change our mind. Both collections are available. When it comes to the Elegant Twists by Becca Feeken, they also do come in oval, and they also come in a circle shape as well. So you do have choices on these. I am layering my sentiments. So I cut I cut 2 black and 1 white because I wanted this lifted off just a little bit. So I went with the 2 black. They're going to be underneath, and then I have the white that's going to come on top, and that black is going to cast the shadow. I will continue to do that for the happily and the after. So I'm just finishing up the last word here. As I said, I cut 2 of the black just to get the dimension and to also help with the shadow. So by putting the white in front of that, it's helping me to get that shadow effect that I'm looking for when it comes to the sentiment. I play around with the placement just a little bit. Didn't know if I could keep the bride and the groom down below and then have the sentiment go across. I do end up putting the sentiment onto the left-hand side and then my bride and groom on the right-hand side. So now I'm going to start adhering my pieces. I'm going to put the bride and the groom to the right-hand side towards the bottom on this frame set. And then I'm going to place my sentiment along the left-hand side, making sure that it's spaced out between the 2 corners. So I'm going to set the after down first in the bottom left and then go to the happily so that the ever can be placed evenly in between. Once they're set, I will actually be adding some confetti sequins in silver. I think that will add just enough shimmer to this card. And I did, for some reason, forgot to hit record. I did add some shimmer, my shimmer pen, to the Happily Ever After on the white, and I added it to the band of the wedding gown. So I'm just going to place a few of the confetti pieces around on this card front, just evening them out, and I'll be using my wax pencil to pick those up to set those in place. And again, when I see, wedding cards or anything like that, I do for some reason think of white, black, and silver. I don't know why. It's kind of the go-to colors that I look at or go to when it comes to those types of cards. So I'm going to get my card base prepped. This is a standard A2 size card base. So it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this will be a landscape. So even though technically it's a top folding, we are going to make this a side folding. I do add glue to the outside, the very outer part of this frame set, so that it does not catch on anything and rip up. You can see this is just under 4 1/4 and by 5 1/2, so you will always have a white mat that goes around. So I do hope you enjoyed this project using the 2 collections recently launched, one being the Wedding Season collection by Nicol Spohr, and also Elegant Twist by Becca Feeken. As always, the products that I used will be listed down below in the video description if you want to check out the rest of the collection that is available. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave that question down below, and I'll make sure I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I can read better than I can speak, I think. But please make sure you leave those. I do love to read your comments, see them, and also answer your questions. Hopefully I'm helpful. I hope everyone is having a great day. Please make sure we enjoy it. Continue staying safe and healthy as we continue to get through the challenge that we are facing on a global sense.
But always remember what's most important for me. Always be creative.